Hey, what's up, y'all? Back again with another video. This time we're gonna check out Litecoin. I saw in the comments somebody wanted me to do an update on Litecoin, so about to just do that right now. Current prices is $51.51. We dropped from a high of $407 back in May of 2021. And this is where we're at currently. So I'm just about to walk through the markets just to show you exactly what I'm seeing. So by looking at this chart, I would take a Fibonacci retracement from this very top price that we had back in 2017 and drag that down to the lowest point that we have, which is back here in 2018. So we mark that. We look at our 0.618 Fibonacci, which is $135. And as you see right here, this was our first touch back in 2019. And then our second touch was over here back in 2021. And pretty much we're just going to drag this out because that's been acting as resistance. Every time we hit that level, we don't stay above it for a long sustained period of time. We typically roll back over. Now we have the current price at $51, right? What I would do next from here is take a Fibonacci retracement from this top to this bottom, down here back in June, and do the same thing. Mark where the 0.618 fib is. Let me clear off some certain things. So the first fib we had, the 1.618 fib we had, is sitting all the way up here at $2,500. So this is a potential move that Litecoin has. Litecoin can make that, even from current prices. So what we're going to do is also mark a horizontal line at the 0.5 Fibonacci from the previous Fibonacci retracement that we drew out from top to bottom. And we are going to delete this. So now we're just left with every single time we try to get above this 0.5 fib, we had some trouble. As you see, we had a pullback, we got above it, and then as soon as we came back down onto the 0.5 fib, we didn't hold it as support. We eventually fell down, crashed below it. So 0.5 is acting as resistance right here. So let's actually mark those spots. We got it right here. We could say right here. Right here. Right here. Over here in this area. Over here. So the 0.5 is pretty much going to act as resistance on the next uptick. So if we get above it, that will definitely be good. You know, once again, we're currently at what, $51. So we have a potential move to even go up 84% just to the 0.5 Fibonacci, just based off of, history. Because every time we at least retraced back up to this point. So with us having our Fibonacci retracement drawn out from top to bottom right here, from top to bottom. This move right here is basically saying that we have a potential increase up to the 0.618 fib, which is $169. So from current price of $51, that would be a 224% increase, or to the 0.5 Fibonacci on this Fibonacci retracement, 149% gain, almost 150% gains. I don't know when this stuff can happen, but this is exactly what the charts, showing. And also, peep this. When we were increasing on this side, increasing, this right here, back in May of 2021, was our first major drop. So what you do on a major drop like that, you pull your Fibonacci retracement out, go down to the lowest point on that drop, and drag it all the way to the top. Bam. So what this is showing, and I'm gonna delete the previous Fibonacci we drew just so I can so it'll show up on the charts easier. Sorry. So the 1.618 is down here, right? $43. That was showing that was technically the bottom. So let's mark this horizontal line. Let's mark this area with the horizontal line. Bam. And as you see, back in June, we actually hit this level. So it was saying $43 was the bottom, and we came as low as 40. So let's actually delete that, so that's not on the chart, confusing everybody. What I would do now is just pull out, trend lines, draw out. We can drag this right here, and actually let's pull out a parallel channel. Parallel channel from here to here. Let's delete this yellow. To me, it seems like we just swooped right back into this channel, and we have a potential move, upward. So what I could even do with this is let's go down to the 1-day chart. I could even take a Fibonacci from here, this point. Let's do top to bottom, from the highest point that we have up here, all the way to the bottom. And let's just mark the 0.618 fib. All in this area. And let's do the same thing on the downside to see if we have any confluence, or if we see if the price could potentially have bottomed out in the area at the fib. Yeah, and right here, 0.618 is sitting over here at $49. And look at this. We wicked down right in that range. So we can delete this. And on this side, that was basically saying that was the bottom. And look at this. The trend line, the parallel trend line that I just dragged along, is sitting right here. And we already know typically at the bottoms of these trend lines, these are showing that we should buy here, because previously when we were declining from the top trend line, this was a buy. Even if we didn't necessarily go up all the way to the top trend line from here, this was a buy, and sure enough, look, we started to increase to the top of the trend line. So imagine if right now we came out of the trend line. I'm sorry, the parallel channel. Faked everybody out, came back into it, and now we're just on our way up to the 0.5 Fibonacci that we talked about earlier, and then the 0.618 Fibonacci target, which is sitting already up at $135, give or take. Now we could very well even break out of there, you know, once we get up to the 0.5 and then up to the 0.618. We do have a chance to just, you know, continue upwards. Once we get over here, I expect this to, you know, decline a little bit just to test support, more than likely, you know, test support before we head up, you know, first. I could even bring out another parallel channel from here and here and just drag it down so we have some confluence. So we have this right here. Let's actually go to the monthly chart. Let's get the bodies. So bam. So this is not super accurate, but if everything follows, then we should basically swoop back into this channel, get above all of this resistance right here, get above this resistance right here at the 0.5 fib, and then rise up to the 0.618 on this side. So let me bring out the previous Fibonacci retracements. We do a fib from the top to bottom. Potential move up to $168.69 with a potential of $1,800. So now we have our two ranges in which Litecoin could rise up to. So $1,800 and $2,500 is the range. Now let's also one thing I failed to mention, sorry. Every time we are at these levels, what do? We increase. Over here, we increased. So if we're over here, I would only expect to increase. That's just, you know, what I would expect. So let's just actually delete this. And let's delete this since we already have those marked out. I'm also looking at this as well. If we take a bars pattern, which is basically just copying the previous price action, what happened back in the past. Say if I take this and to, let's say here. Sorry, I didn't turn my notifications on. I didn't put this phone on do not disturb, so you might see notifications up there. But just say I lay this out right here, right? It's very ironic how everything is lining up perfectly to even hit this first fib, which is at 1,800, and potentially the second fib. So this move doesn't even have to hit or play out, you know, this perfect, based off of, you know, other factors or whatever. But this is what everything is showing right here. That's just the bars pattern right there. But it is playing out perfectly because if I bring back out the parallel channel, however I draw it, it still looks like it's still following it in a way, because even this increase up and this decrease down could just be test on top of this Fibonacci right here. Remember this Fibonacci over here sitting at $169. Like, imagine if this range acts as support or something. We increase, go up to the 1.618 fib, the first 1.618 fib, which is like 1800. Then we come back down slightly, and then that's when we head up to our $2,500 Fibonacci. That could actually happen. You know, I could see that. And once again, this chart doesn't even have to be, you know, 100% like this, but pretty much I think the bottom is in. I'm pretty sure the bottom is in. Let's go down to the 1-day chart. And let's bring out trend line. And let's bring out another trend line. Is this a potential breakout? Could we take this and an increase from here? And this is where we hit up to our $95 target, and it pretty much almost lines up perfectly. And actually, if I bring it down, put it where it should break out at, it actually lines up perfectly, right on top of this level. So we're just gonna play it by ear. This triangle looks like it has some room to go until like November. So if anything, I think at the very least, or I'm sorry, at the latest, I think let's say November, we could increase. But this is what I'm seeing in the markets. Yeah, we'll evaluate further. If we decrease or increase, whatever, we'll continue to analyze Litecoin. All right, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you lasted all the way here, please, you know, like, subscribe, comment, do everything just to, you know, push this video out to people.